So we talked about the employee handbook. So what other documents are in place that need to be in place to document the relationship between the business and the employee?
Okay. For professionals, employees, and I'm not sure, there's not a clear delineation or line of where I'm going with that in terms of where that would start, but an employee that's making maybe $50,000 and above might be an easier benchmark to understand, where you'd want an employment agreement in place. So you wouldn't have an employment agreement with an hourly worker who's making $10 an hour, $15 an hour in most situations. But an employee that's receiving a significant amount of salary, the employee may be receiving employment benefits, there might be bonuses in place, vacation time. The company has a significant investment in that employee. I recommend an employment agreement. Again, the employment agreement is a way to memorialize the terms, and it's to avoid confusion. It's just like I stated with the business. You have to think through, how's the employment relationship going to be successful, and then what happens if the employment relationship, there's a divorce, and there's sometimes conflict, unfortunately,
right,
between an employer and employee. You have to think through both aspects of that. You have to have a forward-thinking mentality, and because I represent companies, I think through what happens if there's a divorce, and I ensure that there's terminology and provisions that protect the company if there is a divorce. So that would be an employment agreement. You want to make sure that the compensation terms are clear. You want to make sure that the company has cutting-edge legal protections, which I find that that's not often the case. And you want to make sure that the employee understands his or her job functions. And it helps everybody, because everybody understands, when I say everybody, the employer and employee, they both understand the framework from which they're working from. There's not a lot of nebulous gray areas, and so that tends to make the relationship successful, but it also helps in terms of bridging when you have to have a divorce of the relationship, and it provides a lot of legal protection for the company.